Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is how do men view you? So men who know you, men who see you, men who meet you, how do they view you? And I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading on how do men view you. And the first word I heard when I was getting this pile ready is man-eater. Very intense energy. I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing, but I'll be honest. I think a lot of men view you, first and foremost, very attractive. You look very successful. There's something independent about you, but there's a heavy assumption here from a lot of men, it seems, that not only do you have options, but that you could inspire a lot of even like obsession or kind of combative energy. I'll be honest, I think a lot of men feel like you are the type who has a lot of men like fighting for your attention or fighting over you. Now, there's something about you as well, though, where I think men kind of assume that you have standards and a criteria here for who you'll allow into your life. But with the Judgment of the Empress, there's a sense here that men view you also as someone who has good standards, good quality, substantial standards. It's not necessarily just about like attractiveness or even money, but men do assume that you really do kind of look for the cream of the crop in terms of what you're looking for, not even necessarily what society's looking for. So men are viewing you as well too. If they see you out with people, whether it's friends, partners, they think that whatever your criteria is, it must be high quality criteria. The people around you must meet that in some way. Now with the 5 of Wands here, there is a sense that men view you also as someone who's not easily accessible at all. That there's something about you where you seem very secure, you seem very stable. And there's a sense of peacefulness with you where men seem to think or assume that you have a support system, that they can't just say anything to you or do anything to you, that they kind of inherently know that there's going to be some sort of consequences here. Men really are viewing you as the type to just have a lot of people into you. I'm also getting I am getting a lot of feminine energies here, but if you're a masculine watching this, they feel the exact same way, that you have a lot of options that are really into you. I feel like for a lot of you, especially if you're going to resonate with this pile, you're really big into self-improvement here. And I feel like you have a lot to show for that. Men definitely view you as someone very abundant here. Someone very multi-talented as well. Someone, even with the 9 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the Devil. So if men don't know you very well, they assume that whatever you do for work, whatever you do for income, that you're quite focused on it, that you're doing very well at it, but that it's something that's very important to you. If men do know you well, for some of you, you do have multiple streams of income. I also highly recommend, if that's something you're interested in, please do pursue it. For some of you, I heard investing and saving as well too. Men see you as someone who's very, very focused on building your abundance and building your stability here, but it's working out well for you. I want to get this 5 of Wands. I feel intuitively like there's something extra here. With the Star, there's also a sense here, I'll be honest, if you're in such a positive, this is a very admirable energy. Anyone in this energy, I think, is highly admired and honestly pretty sought after. There's a high level of intimidation, so for a lot of you, you couldn't even really get approached that much, because I think there's a lot of self-selection that goes on around you, where a lot of men or people in general just kind of feel like you wouldn't be interested in them, whether it's friendship or relationship. But I'm also seeing here that with all this admirable energy, there is a sense here of men assuming, for some of you, men assume that people of your same gender usually are, I'll be honest, there's kind of an assumption of people being jealous of you or envious of you or trying to fight you. Especially too if you go off on your own or people see you out and about by yourself. Some men assume that like either other men or other women don't like you, whatever your gender is, because you're so attractive. I think for some of you, you do have quality people in your life, but this definitely could resonate for you, where you've experienced this. Wow, yeah, the 9 of Cups, the Page of Cups, oh, with the Hierophant, the 9 of Cups. It's interesting, though, because there's a sense here of men viewing you as hardworking or just very like abundant here. Someone intelligent, someone very attractive. But they recognize something gentle about your energy, something genuine about your energy. With the Devil and the Five of Wands, there's almost this sense of men maybe even feeling a slight protective energy around you too. With the Hierophant and the Nine of Cups as well, there's a sense here of you looking like you have a lot of fun, looking like you want for nothing. But at the same time, men kind of recognizing that there's something very sweet and gentle about your energy. Some of you could smile or be quite kind and friendly. There's even a sense here where for some of you, men initially see you and think you're going to be a lot more of this kind of fiery Empress energy. So someone who's very, okay, I'm going to be honest. I just heard that some men are surprised that you're not more full of yourself because they see you in such a high regard and they see you as someone very attractive here. They like the fact that you have this very sweet Page of Cups energy. For some of you, especially people who work with you, men, really respect your work ethic as well. Like, they recognize that you actually do put in a lot of work and effort here. I heard just not just a pretty face. Not just a pretty face. Wow, yeah, Six of Pentacles and a Pentacles. Wow, very blessed here. But with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, there's a sense here of you... Oh, I think a lot of men assume that you don't need them or you don't need things from them. Or that you won't just take up any offer here. Once again, it's kind of giving me a similar energy to a previous reading I did this week, where men are kind of assuming that you have no problem rejecting someone, rejecting an offer, rejecting people here. Let's get some more. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles again. Men are just either assuming that you come from a lot of abundance or that you've already secured your own abundance or you'll be able to secure this abundance on your own. Yeah, the Lovers with the King of Wands. A lot of men view you as like an ideal lover here, though. Wow. A lot of men view you as someone very successful to the point where, I don't know if you realize this, but a lot of men, especially ones who are closer to you, really do value your approval and your opinion and your blessing too. So men could sometimes want to talk to you about business ideas or life ideas or advice here. I'm hearing for some of you, if you have a brother, he could come to you, or a cousin, a boyfriend, a husband. There's something about the men around you actually really valuing your opinion here. Okay. Anything else? How do men view you? How do men view you? How do men view you? Queen of Pentacles again. The Knight of Cups and the Chariot in reverse. Once again, there's something here, and maybe for some of you, I feel like this is for men who've known you for a while as well. I feel like for a lot of you, your energy has been shifting a little bit away from a focus maybe on like love and connections and more on like abundance and growth. And men are really viewing you as making a really like successful transition here. However, even with this transition of away from like focusing on love, there's still a sense here of you having a lot of love in your life and being very loving, but you're much more in an energy of attracting right now. So not pursuing. So I feel like a lot of men, especially ones who've known you or know you, see that you're not really in any sort of pursuing energy when it comes to love. You're more so attracting love. And whatever that pursuit energy that you have, you're putting a lot more of it towards your abundance and your stability here. So for instance, for some of you, maybe if you were really trying to find love or meet a partner, I feel like you've really shifted into an abundance mindset where you are much more open to attracting love, and love is just coming to you that way. And a lot of this pursuit energy is more so for your abundance and goals, which I highly recommend. Anything else? How do men view you? Also, men do view you as someone very loving and very emotionally stable too. Someone very nice. Yeah, the Sun. Someone happy. Men view you not only as someone happy, but as someone who brings a lot of happiness. Final cards for pile 1. The Star. We'll leave it at that with the Moon there. So there's a sense here with the Moon of you being someone who has boundaries. You don't share everything about your life. You maintain a sense of mystery, which I actually think a lot of people find very intriguing. But at the same time, men view you as someone very healing and someone very healed. Someone with a lot of star potential, someone with a lot of potential in general. Someone who really does stand out here. But for especially the men who have you in their life, they're very grateful to have you in their life. I think they value you a lot. I'm hearing for some of you, if you have a good relationship with male family members, like a father, uncle, grandfather, grandfather, brother, cousin. They really admire you. They see this great kind of go-getter energy about you. They also recognize, that you present yourself in a very beautiful way, in a very attractive way, but you don't rely on that you use it as an asset to help you grow in more substantial ways. Really beautiful, substantial, positive energy here, Pawan. Great energy. I think a lot of the men around you, whether they know you very well or really have just become acquainted with you, are honestly very proud to know you and think that you have great things ahead of you. Nice. That's what I have for you, Pawan. Beautiful energy. So I do hope this resonated. I hope this was helpful for you. You can feel free to check out one of the other piles if you're curious. You can watch one of my other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. But thank you so much, Pawan. Nice energy. Awesome. So until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 2. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading on how men view you. This feels like a slightly more specific energy, but I'll kind of summarize it for you so you know if this resonates for you. Right away, Pile 2, I'm seeing that a lot of men are either hearing you talk about certain things going on in the world. I'll be honest, it's giving me an energy of like a warrior for justice. Like you're speaking up on issues that are very important to you, or you do speak up about a lot of issues that are very important to you. And men see you as someone who's very focused on this. For some of you, you talk about this openly. For some of you, you maybe protest or have talked about boycotts or talking about global issues here. There is a sense here of this being your primary focus. I'll be honest, for some of the men around you, they feel like you're very concerned about what's going on in the world, and it's really kind of your main focus here. There's a sense here too of maybe you overcoming some things in the recent past that are kind of giving you a bit of a fire for change, a fire for justice, a fire for things being made right. With the Seven of Cups, there is a sense here of men viewing you as someone who has a lot of options here. I'll be honest, Pile 2, like you, I'm not seeing many cups. I'm not seeing a whole lot of like connected energy here. So men view you as someone who's very much not interested in them. Now, if you're a masculine energy and you're not attracted to masculine energies and you're watching right now, I could definitely see other masculines being very intimidated by you. I'm getting kind of an intimidation factor here. You could also have like either turned people down, or men definitely feel like you're gonna turn them down. For some of you, you could even like not like men very much, or they feel that way. And keep in mind, this is very specific. So if you don't feel like this is your reading, I don't think it is. But if you feel like it's for you, yeah, the Death card. Like, not interested. Some men could even think you're just not attracted to their gender. Chariot. Like, fast moving though, the Sun. Oh, okay. Pile 2. With the Four of Pentacles. I just heard some men feel like you would be happy if no men existed. The Queen of Wands here, but you're very attractive to them. I don't think this is for everybody, but you know if this is for you. Let's get some more. Wow, the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Knight of Cups. Maybe this is an energy you're letting go of too. I'll be honest, once again, this is a specific pile, but if you're still listening, I feel like for some of you, this might even be slightly shocking to you, but you don't want to be in this energy anymore, but you kind of know that you have been, and that's okay. I feel like there's definitely an openness here for change. Yeah, the Sun. I think for a lot of you, you've experienced some really difficult experiences and trials with men in the past, and I think that that's kind of influence the energy you're in, but I feel like you want like a more open change here. Yeah, Four of Wands, for some of you, it could have been family, it could have been growing up here. Wow, yeah, the Three of Pentacles. Also, I'll say this as well too, if you feel like this is your energy, but for some of you, I'll be honest, it's okay if this is your energy. Like, you don't have to change if you don't want to at all. Especially for some of you, if you just feel like my energy needs to be more focused on the things that I care about, I can't be worried about the men around me that much, that's okay. But I know for some of you, you do want to change your energy, but you don't really know how. First step, ask God for help. You know, God, can you help me be more open to men? Can you help me be in a more loving and inviting energy to good men around me? Ask your angels for help as well too. It takes a little bit of time, but just ask for it and it'll happen. Yeah, this star, oh, I feel like for some of you, you're really on the path of healing this energy here. So let's get some more. How do men view you? I also feel like a lot of the men around you, you're actually on this path already of opening up. And I feel like a lot of men around you are seeing that. Seeing that you're becoming more open, more flexible here. Wow, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. For some of you too, you're just way focused on like career. You're focused on your future, building your abundance here. And so there was a sense, for some of you, I think some of these men are even projecting. Maybe you were career focused and they just thought, well, they're just not worried about me or worried about men because they're so focused on their career, what they want to achieve for themselves. And that really isn't the case. But I feel like whatever changes you're making right now are really helping to balance out this energy. For some of you, I'll be honest too, there's men who maybe aren't doing as well as you, like career-wise or financially, and they kind of felt a certain way. Because I feel like this was kind of your energy, but this is also kind of their energy, how men are viewing you. They're viewing you as doing better than them. And I feel like actually a lot of these men, yeah, they don't want to be in this energy either. It's kind of a shift here where I think not only are you kind of working on your energy, but the men around you are working on their energy too, where they're trying to get out of an envious energy and getting more into like an admiration energy, because admiration is how you grow. All envy does is suck the life out of you. It's a lot of bad karma as well, but if you can look at someone who's maybe doing better than you in certain ways and admire them and try to emulate them and learn from them, that's how everybody grows. And then you can support each other and be there for each other. So I feel like this is more specifically men who know you a little bit better, who maybe feel like you're accomplishing things that they haven't accomplished yet, and feeling like, I feel like everyone here is kind of meeting in the middle, especially for the men who are close to you, where I feel like you're opening up a little bit more. I think for some of you as well too, you've had some experiences with men that have made you have to adjust your energy accordingly, but you're wanting to be in a more open and balanced energy, and the men around you are trying to meet you halfway here. Yeah, there's a sense of real positivity here and a sense of we can all do this together. Also, there's something about the men around you being more honest with themselves too, and being more like forthright. Yeah, with the Seven of Wands and Justice and the Seven of Cups, there may have even been men around you who wanted to make excuses as to why you were doing better than them in certain ways. And I feel like they're being very honest with themselves, because if they are honest with themselves, they'll be able to adjust what they're doing to have similar success. There's something here about the energy around you is highly, it's being really like cleansed right now. I feel like as you're cleansing your energy, it's kind of creating a cleansing energy around you that's influencing the men in your life as well. Oh, nice. Yeah. Hanged Man in reverse. All of a sudden, everyone's becoming unstuck here. Yeah. There's something here about, and this could have been you, this could have been the men around you. And I will say this too, I was noticing, if you're watching around the time this was posted at the beginning of the year 2024, and 2023 very much was kind of the finishing of a cleansing period, and now we're moving into a brand new cycle. And I feel like the end of that last year was kind of expunging a lot of this negative energy that's kind of been hovering just on the planet in general. And there's a sense here of you and a lot of the men around you cleansing some of these negative beliefs, these negative mindsets, these defeatist mindsets, becoming unstuck, and really getting into a place of balance, positivity, and love here. But I feel like everyone's kind of walking away from this negative energy. Because I feel like there were men around you who just felt very anxious about themselves, about their life. And there was a sense here of you being very much on the other side of the spectrum, like really being focused on yourself, on the things that you believe in, and being very like dedicated to that, like very confident in yourself and your abilities, and really getting onto that track. And everyone just being slightly out of balance, and everyone's coming a lot more into balance now. It's really nice. With the Empress, with the Wheel of Fortune. And when the Empress flew out of the deck, it like did a backflip. Beautiful with the Wheel of Fortune. So now that we've kind of gone through a lot of this energy, I think it was more so kind of a sharp energy that's really starting to soften up and become a lot more balanced on both sides, where men are really seeing you as someone to be admired here. I think there was a sense of you having a lot of men around you who were kind of stuck or stagnant, whether it was like in mindset, beliefs, abundance, goals, aspirations, and they're really opening up here. For some of you, especially if you're a feminine energy, I think there were a lot of men around you who weren't used to looking up to a woman or listening to a woman or deferring to a woman, if that's how you identify. But I'm seeing really strongly here that there's a sense of a breakthrough happening, where a lot of the men around you view you as someone to look up to and listen to and to admire. And a lot of the things you say, a lot of the things that you strongly believe are good pieces of advice to listen to. They're important topics. There's something about you being very, very passionate about what you believe in, and the men around you seeing why. And they agree, and they believe in what you believe in too. I think you've convinced a lot of people. I think you've influenced a lot of men around you. Beautiful little message there. One last card. Ooh, the Tower of the Three of Pentacles. Big change happening here. Sorry about that. There was a little interruption there with the camera, but that feels like a message in and of itself. So for some of you, you could really be used to men interrupting you or cutting you off. And I see a big change happening here. So what I see is, I think a lot of you were picking up on this energy of not necessarily 100% being taken seriously or treated fairly by the men around you. And I see a big change happening here. I think that's maybe why your energy was like this, because in a way you had to be a little bit more protective of yourself and a little bit more assertive to really be taken seriously and to get your point across. I'm kind of imagining, say, if you're in a workplace where you're one of the people who's not a man, or if you're different in some way and not really fully being taken seriously, I see a big change happening. I also see that God has orchestrated things in a way to show the men around you that you should be respected, that you should be listened to, that you have a lot of good advice and a really good sense of what the best course of action is in whatever topic you're talking about here or whatever you're working on. It's a beautiful energy. It's a powerful energy. So keep up the good work. I think everyone is going to be a lot more comfortable and to be able to work together a lot better now that this energy seems to be finally balancing out. But I actually see that a lot of the men around you wish that they'd taken you more seriously sooner and listened to you and respected you sooner, because I see that you have a lot of valuable wisdom, a lot of great insight, and that you contribute a lot here. And I think they're seeing that. Beautiful energy, pile 2. So that's what I have for you. I do hope this resonated, and I hope this was helpful for you. It's a little bit more of a specific message, but beautiful energy. I'm sure this was helpful for someone. So thank you so much once again. Feel free to watch one of the other piles if you're curious. You can watch one of my other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. But thank you so much, pile 2. So until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on how do men view you. Now, pile 3. I don't know what's going on here or what is going on around you, but men are viewing you very powerfully, very powerfully. Now, this might be more specific, and we have been getting some energy from men that know you and then men who are maybe just seeing you. There's something here where men are recognizing that you are powerful. You have some sort of mystical, I just heard mystical, magical, angelic. I mean, we have the Magician, the Judgment, the Temperance, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This has to be men who know you, or maybe men who've witnessed things happen to you. Men feel like, you are heavily energetically protected. Now, I don't know what happened. Maybe you said something, especially if you said something or alluded to there being a higher power or some spiritual force that watches over you or protects you. Men really do feel like if someone harms you or if someone does something to you, that they will be divinely punished. I don't know where this is coming from. If you said something, men believe you. I honestly almost feel like there's a sense here where a lot of men especially are very skeptical of the divine, of the belief in the unseen or spiritual forces, divine forces. And there's a sense here of you really radically flipping that on its head for the men around you. Men find you to be very balanced. You're a very powerful manifester. So even if it's outside of kind of that mystical, magical energy we're picking up, men do find you to be someone who really is a go-getter, who can make things happen for yourself. Very decisive here. Very lucky as well. Maybe someone who's had some hardships like everyone else, but you've really overcome a lot of tremendous obstacles. With the Five of Wands, men do see you as someone who's not necessarily afraid of competition or a challenge. You're also not afraid, I'm hearing intuitively, if a man like says something to you or wants to argue or debate you, you're not afraid to fire back here. Men are highly intimidated by this energy. Not all men, but I think men who are not on a similar spiritual path or a spiritual wavelength here, there's a heavy like energetic protective barrier around you as well too. Where if you're not getting approached by a lot of men, it's because most men do not qualify. Like, they just can't really approach you. You're very divinely protected here. And if men do approach you, it's because God has allowed them to. Men also see you as someone who dresses very beautifully. I'm getting that as well. For some of you, if you have pets, men really admire that as well. They think you're very good with animals. Yeah, very, very balanced here with that Magician and the Temperance. Let's get some more. It's on the top of the deck. Queen of Wands. Someone very attractive, very fiery here. If men have crossed you or hurt you in some way, they've like had the hammer laid down on them. And that's another reason too. These could even be men who have no inclination towards believing in the divine or spirituality. But there are definitely men from like your past, or men who feel like they've hurt you in some way, who feel literally cursed right now. Men from your past feel cursed. If men have hurt you in the past, they feel cursed. Like all of them, I heard. Wow. There's something here about the men who've come towards you and somehow wronged you in some way, feeling like their whole world is turned upside down. With the High Priestess, I'll be honest, Paltry, I think some men feel like you cursed them, and I don't think you did. I think this is just God, so don't worry about it. I don't even feel like these are people you really care about, but they just feel like things are so bad for them at this time that they can't help but think so. You didn't do anything. You did not curse him, and if you did curse him, this isn't your reading. Also, don't do that. Don't curse people. It's terrible karma. Don't ever do that. But with the Four of Swords and the Justice, yeah. I'm like, Pal 3, who are you? You are very powerful. Thank you for being here. Men feel like you're so smart, so powerful. Like, the Three of Swords. There are definitely men who are heartbroken over you. That's another thing too. Say if a man didn't necessarily wrong you, but if you guys just separated or they never told you that they had feelings for you or something like that, and they're in your past now, there are men who like cannot stop thinking about you. The Ace of Pentacles. Men see you not only as a huge opportunity, but if you're not in their life anymore, as a big missed opportunity. So many men see you as a missed opportunity. The Hermit with the King of Pentacles underneath. There is a sense here also of men seeing you as being very self-sufficient, very wise. Also someone who can take very good care of yourself. There's something here with the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment, and the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I just heard my lucky charm. Now, whether they're saying it exactly like this or not, whether you know it or not, a lot of men view you as a lucky charm. Nine of Wands and the Two of Swords. There's something here about if you're not in their life anymore, they feel, and I think it's because once you leave their life, like it gets a lot worse or really bad. Or if you're not, there's something about your energy being very powerful and very protective as well. So when you leave someone's life, they lose that protective, positive energy, and they're just left with their energy, which is usually pretty low. And on top of that, they usually have bad karma for hurting you. And so there's a sense here of, when you were around them, maybe they're just living like a normal life, but when you leave their life, it gets really, really hard, and they feel like they lost their lucky charm here. The Five of Pentacles! Oh my gosh. Some of you are very powerful. Like, your energy is so powerful. I know I just keep saying that, but it's kind of intense. Two of Swords, the Six of Cups in reverse! Men also feel like they get no second chances. Like, there's no second chance here. Like, if you move forward, you just move forward and that's it. Like, you are not interested in anyone from the past at all. Or they, like, can't come back. Yeah, this... Oh, this is getting kind of sad, pile 3. There's a lot of men who just watch you. Sadly. They feel like you don't care. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry, pile 3. With the Lovers of 3 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, you're just working. You're just living your life. The 4 of Cups. Men feel like small potatoes, like, energetically when it comes to you. Like, you just could care less. I don't know, pile 3. It's giving me, once again, especially if you're trying to be a good person, I hope nobody's in a sinister energy, because this is a powerful energy, but use this power for good, because if you use it for bad, you will curse yourself on accident. Don't curse people, don't hex people, don't wish bad on people, because in this kind of energy, this is how you curse your bloodline. Don't do that. I don't think you are. But just for anyone who might be considering it, you know, we all go through hard things and sometimes we want to retaliate. Let God handle it. I promise whatever God does to the people who've hurt you is going to be way powerful than anything you could ever do, magically or otherwise. Let him handle it so you don't have to take on that energetic debt. But I am getting here that there's a sense that it's reminding me a bit of like the Bishop's Wife, where it's about an angel on assignment who has to go and help people all across the globe. He helps someone with a certain assignment. If someone prays for divine help or guidance, he goes down, helps them, and then moves on to the next assignment. Another message there. But there's a sense here of men kind of viewing you this way, whether consciously or not, that you kind of come into their life, they show their true colors, and then you move on to the next assignment, and then if they treated you well, they get good things. If they treated you badly, they get bad things. But I feel like a lot of you are getting sent to men who need a bit of an energetic intervention, if you will. I think for some of you, especially for the people you still have in your life who you deem should be in your life, the men in your life, I feel like they're being blessed at this time. And I think that they're more viewing you as powerful, like in a positive way, like, wow, what a great manifester, they're so wise, things seem to work out really well for them. But a lot of this is like past energy, men from your past. Knight of Swords here, and the High Priestess. Now this is specifically, if you have somehow alluded to some sort of spiritual identity or belief, you know, if men know that you have a relationship with God, for some of you, I hear you wear a cross or you wear some sort of symbol of your religion. If men know that you have any sort of spiritual belief or practice, there seems to be like this intense, like, no, like it was God, or they cursed me, or they did match. It's something like that where like they're really like jumping the gun, especially if these were men who didn't believe in that anymore. They believe in it now. King of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups. But once again, it's like twofold. So if you have men in your life who are, you know, good and you're connecting with them and you're happy to have them in your life, there's a sense here of it being a similar energy but on the opposite side of the spectrum. So they're like, no, like it's true, they are a manifester, like they are very powerful. Like I heard the words that you say can influence your future, I heard. So also the power of the tongue and the power of what you speak. I think a lot of you are really showing a lot of men around you that there is an unseen, that there really is God, that there really is something that watches over all of us, that angels exist. Because I feel like for a lot of men, they were very like, no, like it's just the 3D world, like there's no... You're proving a lot of men wrong. Some are learning the easy way because they're in a good energy with you and they're really just seeing that if they listen to you, that things work out for them. But I think a lot of men have kind of intentionally or unintentionally challenged this in you and are kind of dealing with the consequences here. Page of Cups. A lot of men want to like apologize to you. Once again, this is what's fascinating though. I think to a lot of men, you initially present in I think that's why I'm getting a bit of like a bamboozled energy from a lot of these men, because I think when they first meet you, you don't show up as like, I'm so powerful, or like, don't cross me, or you'll get karma. Like, you don't. And also, don't be in that energy. Please don't. Just be your normal self and trust that God will balance the scales for you if somebody tries to harm you, and that everything will be fine. But I think for a lot of you, you really come forward just like in a kind of like warm, loving energy. I think for a lot of you, you also channel a lot of your energy into like your manifestations and your abundance here, and just kind of trying to be a good person, making the world a better place. Men do view you as marriage material, but there is a sense here of like, I really need to be on my P's and Q's. I better not cross pile 3 because things will not go well for me. But I will say that all the men who are in your life right now kind of know that, and they're willing to do what it takes to be on a high vibration, to treat you well, and to be a good partner. The men in your life like know that they're being held accountable by God with the way that they treat you, and they're actually trying their best here. There's also a lot of men who want to apologize to you, but there's a lot of men who don't realize just how truly powerful and protected you are until it's too late. The 6 of Wands. Men view you as very victorious, not even just victorious in the circumstances with them, but as someone who's, I heard your victory is secured. It's guaranteed. It's a constant. It's an absolute. It's very kind of, I'm speechless, pile 3. Beautiful, powerful energy. Just make sure to really use this energy for good, and that's going to ensure some really good, long-lasting success. Try to be a good person, try to be a kind person, try to be empathetic, understanding, forgiving, because this is a beautiful energy, but a powerful energy. And it can kind of go to one of 2 extremes. So if you use it for good, if you use it to be a good person, to help the world, I see that you could be very highly rewarded, but just don't fall into the trap of, especially as you start to manifest and things start to work for you, and especially too if you see people start to get karma for the way that they treated you, always try to strive for and stay committed to walking the high road. Truly. I know that can be sometimes contentious, but it's the right thing to do, and it ensures that the karma doesn't catch up to you. Because I say you could generate a lot of outcomes for a lot of different people, and as long as you try your best to keep your heart and your mind pure, you're not going to take on any of the debt for what some of these men are having to go through for how they treated you. Just know that they're going through it, and it's so extreme that they feel like I'm seeing like bewitched. I know some men from your past are imagining you like with your crystal ball, like show them what happens when you mess with me. But I don't think you're doing that. I think you're just living your life, and it's more so God saying, I'm going to show you what happens when you mess with my beloved pile 3. That's what I have for you, pile 3. Powerful energy. Well done. I think you're doing very, very well, and I feel like this energy is really, really going to help you manifest some great things in your life. That's what I have for you, pile 3. Men are like kind of gagged by you. It's amazing. That's what I have for you, pile 3. So I do hope this resonated. I hope this was helpful for you. Feel free to check out one of the other piles. You can book a personal reading with me if you would like, or you can watch one of my other videos. But thank you all for hanging out with me once again. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.